What is going on, guys? This is Marcia here with another episode of the Lady Strong Fitcast. And today I have December member of the month, Melissa. Her and I, we're going to be talking about how she lost 20 pounds in less than 1 year.
So the big question is this: how were two women who didn't cheat and purchase a gym franchise model, how were they able to spread their mission and purpose by empowering and transforming hundreds of women's lives through fitness, nutrition, mindset, and accountability with a micro gym business model of women only? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. We are Lady Strong Fitness.
Melissa, how are you today?
I'm well. How's it going, Marcia?
I am doing good. I'm super excited to have you on here. I know a little bit about you, but for our audience that's tuning in today, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Melissa. I'm 31 years old. I work in manufacturing, and I enjoy working out now. I'm pretty chill, like to go with the flow. So that's pretty much it.
I love that. So, Melissa, I don't know, and I'm sure everybody else is probably wondering the same. Prior to LSF, what were you doing? Did you have any sort of routine as far as like your fitness and wellness journey? If not, that's perfectly fine. But if you didn't, what was the like, oh my God, I need to do something. This is my lowest downfall. What I need to do something. So can you tell us like a little bit about the past prior to LSF and then how you came about LSF?
I never had a gym membership. I wasn't working out. I kind of always had like labor jobs, so I've always been on my feet. But before I turned 30, I was just like telling myself, I'm like, we got to make a change. Like, like I didn't like how I was feeling. I felt like I was like 100 years old. So one day I'm just like scrolling, trying to look up gyms, and I saw your guys' gym. So I creeped on all your social medias and decided to, set up a consultation to see if I like the vibes, and I did. And after that, it was like history. I enjoyed like the coaches, the workouts, not having to do any of the thinking. So kind of like, I'm glad this was like my first stop. I didn't have to go to like bullshit gyms or nothing like that. So I was like, whew, I got lucky.
I like that. So let's talk about what led to your 20 pounds because it's different for everybody. So share, if you had to list three things that helped with your weight loss journey, what would that be, starting with number one?
I would say just starting to work out and see what that felt like, and then starting to be mindful with what I'm eating to help that progress. And then slowly but surely actually doing those two things, because I like the results I'm seeing, but there's more I got to do on my end. So just like learning about that and seeing the results.
I like that. So everybody thinks it's all easy. Well, you're mentioning all the good things like, oh, I did this and I did that, but I'm sure throughout that there must have been some sort of struggle. And I want to talk about those because this is not like, an uphill success. You're going to have your downfalls and all that. So what was that for you? Like your struggles throughout your 20-pound weight loss?
Pretty much like when I was working out, I wasn't losing weight and I was getting frustrated. And I would message Brittany and be like, why am I not losing weight? Like, I'm working out, I'm coming to the gym. Like, I'll work out 3 to 5 days a week. So I'm like, I'm showing up. Like, why is this not happening? And, just like, I guess figuring out that like, I thought the nutrition would be the easy part. And I didn't realize how much of a impact that was like going to make on the journey. Cause I just thought if I come and work out, everything will fall into place.
Yeah.
And then, after starting here, I realized I'm like, oh, wait, no, we got to work on our nutrition and be more disciplined. Like that was like, it's still the hard part for me. It's just like, being disciplined. Like you guys are giving us the knowledge, the tools, resources, but then the doing part,
Yes.
But it's becoming easier, to be around everybody and, it helps.
That's one thing that people now you're starting to learn is that you cannot out exercise a bad diet.
No, I was hoping you guys would have that answer, but you guys just keep telling us the truth. And it's like, no.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no magic pill. I'm sorry. But there's one thing that I really like about you is that you're so involved within the community and doing challenges and events. And how has that helped with your fitness and wellness journey? And if so, how? Because more people I wish would be involved like you are, because it truly does make a difference. So tell us a little bit about that journey as well.
I didn't think I was going to like that part as much. I just thought I was going to show up, learn from you guys, and then go on my merry way and stuff. But I love the community ladies. Like they push me, during workouts and even just being around people that are working toward a common goal, which is, to be healthier. And then everyone has like awesome personalities. So it's nice to see them like at those outings that you guys do. Like it's nice to get to know them, and it's just fun. That's why I love getting involved. I didn't think I would get as involved, but everyone is so cool and nice. And I love meeting new people and,
I like
you
that.
know,
I'm curious because you've attended a lot. Do you have one that really sticks out to you the most that you're like, I really like doing that as far as an event that you've been to or a challenge that we've done? Because this is interesting to hear for me because if so, we need to do more of it. So what was that? What was your favorite event and or challenge that you've done within the last year?
I love like I had the Thanksgiving and the Squadtober. I
Yep.
love doing those. Sometimes I look at the challenge like, who came up with this? But it's always nice because you'd be surprised what you can do, like with those challenges. And then even the outings, like the paint and sip that we did, that was really fun, honestly, to do an activity and, chit chat with the ladies. So I would say the outings and then the challenges throughout the month.
I like that. So, Melissa, I always ask each person that comes on here if you had any advice for anyone that's tuning in today. What would that advice be? It could be someone that's maybe current member that is kind of needs to break their threshold. They're kind of at a plateau, or this could be someone who's on the fence about joining Lady Strong Fitness. What would your advice be to both parties?
Well, if you're wanting to join, just don't be afraid to start your journey. There's a lot of support here and guidance, and all you got to do is show up. You're in good hands. And then for ladies, just keep pushing yourself. Don't be afraid to either go up in weights or go up in reps. And even if you fail and get one rep, that's okay, because next time you might get two. So just to keep pushing.
I like that. I'm glad that you mentioned reps because we talked about scaled victories, but we didn't talk about the non-scaled victories. And you mentioned in your bio how you're now starting to get stronger and lift heavier weights. So explain like what was your starting point and where are you now as far as like your strength, if that's a non-scaled victory that you have, and how are you challenging yourself to do so, or is someone else challenging you? That was a lot of questions, by the way.
No, it's all good. When I first started, the 15s were my best friend, honestly, because I could like lift heavy, but when you're exercising, it definitely changes. Yeah. So when I first started, the 15s, I loved them, but now 25 to 35, okay. I'm pushing the 40s, but like I said, we got to progress to that. And a little bit of like self-motivation, but then even like the coaches, like they could tell if you could go heavier and they'll hand you a heavy weight if they believe you could do it and stuff. So I definitely wouldn't have pushed myself without them and stuff. So definitely the coaches and a little self-motivation.
Melissa, that's really good for less than a year, starting out 15s. And now you said you're up to like 35s, almost 40s in some cases. I recall there was an instance, this was maybe a month and a half or so ago, back in August or September, I was working out in a class with you. And I think we were doing like, it was like farmer's carry, then waitress carry, and then rack carry. And I look over it and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, do you remember, Melissa, what are you lifting? And you're like, I think it was like 20, it was like 25s or 30s. And I'm like, damn, she's lifting what I'm lifting. And I'm like, so it's almost you motivated me because I'm like, I can't let her outlift me. So
Dude, I was thinking that same thing. That's why I love that. Cause I'm like, damn, like I gotta keep up with her. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's really cool. So I really like not only the camaraderie, but it's almost like a friendly competitiveness inside the gym, which is really cool. So, okay, so to wrap things up, there is one thing that I failed to mention that I want to talk a little bit more about is your future, because you mentioned in your bio how you want to lose another like 10 to 15 pounds. Well, we all know that if you continue to do the same thing, you'll continue to do or get the same results. So we're almost at the end of the year. Let's talk about 2025. What does that look like for you and what are you going to be doing differently?
Well, I'm gonna continue to show up for the next year, and then I'm really gonna focus on finding balance like with nutrition, because now that I'm showing up for the workouts and I enjoy that and we got that taken care of, because I'm gonna show up, really being focused with the nutrition stuff and having fun with it, not like overthinking it, because when I overthink it I end up messing it up. So
I like that.
Keeping that a focus.
Very cool. If there's anything that I learned after speaking with you today, I've never seen you be a negative Nancy ever. I just love your spirit. It's so positive and it's contagious. It really is. It's like when you walk in a room and you see your presence, it's like, oh, Melissa's here. You know what I mean? Which is really cool. So if anybody that's listening in today is like, never beat yourself up, always give yourself grace. I like how you said we have so many resources and tools available. It's just up to you to take advantage of it. And you are, like you said, you're so involved, not only in the challenges, but the events. And I firmly believe that's why you have so many friends within the community involved. So With that being said, Melissa, I want to be mindful of your time and also the ladies that are tuning in today. I do greatly appreciate you coming on the episode today. And ladies, thank you so much for tuning in of another episode of the Lady Strong Fit Cast. Have a blessed day, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Take care, guys. Bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or whatever your favorite place is to listen to podcasts. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.